welcome to my AEW Dynamite live reaction. Very sorry that it's like 7 minutes late. Family, you've got to love them, haven't you? They're just so brilliant. Really helpful when you've got things to do. Sorry it was delayed as well previously for like an hour. That one was on me, to be fair. So apologies about that. Probably the start time from now on is probably going to be after 9, I think, with various bits and pieces I've got to do. So cool. So anyway, never mind all that. Just finished watching AEW Dynamite. Watched the full 2 hours. Show was decent. I think, to be honest, my takeaway from Dynamite, well, tonight or yesterday, was the promo segments, with the exception of Hangman and Mox, which was excellent again, were probably better than the in-ring action. And I don't mean that rudely at all, because obviously there's a lot of really good promos in AEW and a lot of really good talkers, so it's not criticism or anything. But yeah, in terms of the action, it was good, but I don't know, like some of the matchups weren't exactly my cup of tea, to be honest. It was all really good wrestling as per usual, but I think the promo segments were probably better. So it started off, at least, the version I've just seen in the UK, with the Bucks versus the Outrunners. That was a decent tag team match. Bucks got the win in the end with the TK driver. Bit of cheating going on here and there, but it's the Bucks, so it is what it is. And then Okada basically comes out to applaud the Young Bucks, and then they start laying into the Outrunners. And then obviously you hear, whose house? And then Swerve comes out, did a really cool move where he did a Swerve stomp on like the Bucks and Okada, after Okada had been taken out of the ring by the Bucks. So that was quite cool. I mean, I think it must all surely be leading to Swerve Strickland versus Okada at Forbidden Door. Hopefully that's what's going to happen anyway, but more for the fact that I'm actually going to Forbidden Door in London, and I would love to see Okada versus Swerve. I think it'd be an absolute banging match. It'd be really, really cool. So that happened. Actually, before all that, I don't know if it's the same version I've just got in the UK, but there was a promo package for Hangman, and let's have a look. Mario, hi Mario, and Dr. 9 Pro said hi. Hi, Dr. 9 Pro. You're all right, lads. It was it was a really cool like package that you had with Hangman and not Hangman and MJF. Hangman and Mox. I love the way that AEW put that promo package together of like all the history and the matches that they had and stuff. That was really cool. I think that happened before the show, but I'm not sure if I've watched a different version to what happened in the States. But anyway, after that, there was the. Sorry, I'm just looking at my detailed notes, folks. These are my notes. Yeah, there you go. No expenses spared on this channel. Christian Cage came out. Oh, thank you, Dr. 9 Pro. That's very, very kind of you, mate. Thank you very, very much. Cheers. Cheers, mate. Christian Cage came out and cut a promo. It was excellent. Obviously, Christian's been a fantastic worker for nearly 30 odd years. It was excellent. Very, very cool. Taking the piss out of Nick Wayne. They're kind of turning him babyface, but I like the way they're doing it gradually, because he was still saying that ridiculous thing where he said, "I'm conducting my business," which is so annoying, but like obviously that's he's being a heel, so that's what heels do. There was I'm not going to repeat it, you can look it up for yourself on YouTube or whatever, but there was a remark that Christian made about Nick Wayne's real life mother, which I'm not going to repeat on this channel, but you can go and check it out yourselves. But it involved, how to put this, Wells. Anyway, add me to the sub list now. What's up, bro? Oh, cool. Nice. Legend Killer Kristen. Hi, Legend Killer Kristen. Cheers for that. That's really, really cool, Tar. Um, yeah, after that, there was a random promo with FTR, Stokely, Hathaway in the box, where yeah, I don't know. It was just a bit weird. They were both saying that they like respected each other and this, that, and the other. And then Stokely said, "Are you guys the VPs anymore?" And then he sort of went like that, and then sort of ran off. I didn't really understand what that was meant to be, but Stokely had Hathaway. I've got to be honest. He's actually quite a good heel because I find him obscenely annoying beyond comprehension of the word. I just think he's a word that I can't use on a live stream. But if he's doing that, um, am I on the sub list of legendary streamer? Legend steamer. Um, I don't know, guys. I hope you are, but yeah, obviously I can't check at the minute. So, um, yeah, and then basically the next that I got least in was Hangman versus Mox. I mean, wow, lads, what a match! It wasn't as good as All in Texas, to be honest. Oh, cheers, Doctor Pro, thank you. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the All in Texas match, but it was absolutely amazing. There was like I said, I'm just looking at my notes again. I can't really do the match justice myself, but just honestly, please go and watch it. It was brilliant. Mox did there was like 3 or 4 pile drivers in the space of what I don't know, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, something like that. That Hangman took, but then he switched it into the Deadeye a couple of times, and mate, honestly, it was such a cool match, bro. It was absolutely just amazing. There was a ref bump, basically. Hangman went for the Deadeye, swang Mox's foot into the ref. He goes down. Death Riders come out and they're trying to get past the security that was installed for the match. And then while security are basically messing about, basically Marina Shafir comes in, tries to hit Mox with a belt. And then what happened then? Oh no, Marine Sphere hits Hangman with the belt. Referee comes in, Hangman kicks out, and then eventually like Hangman wins basically. But it was a really good match. Oh no, that was the thing. As the Death Riders got told to basically do one, Claudio grabs Marina Shafir, pulls her over the barrier. They're walking along. Then all of a sudden, obviously the arena's got them little balcony things. I'm in Chicago. I love that arena, by the way. It's so good. I would personally have no problem with AEW stopping there, to be honest, for a long, long time. But basically, from the alcoves, all of a sudden, Darby Allin just turns up and basically he throws himself. I mean, that lad is insane. Like he needs to go and speak to a doctor. He basically gets himself from the balcony and jumps down onto all the Death Riders, onto the security referees, got Marina Shafir, God knows who else, basically. And yeah, no, it was absolutely insane. Then he just sort of goes, and basically wanders off. And then obviously Hangman gets the victory. So yeah, I love that spot from Darby Allin. I do love Darby Allin. He's awesome. Let's have a look. Dr. Nine Pro, my parents died in a car crash. Oh, Dr. Nine Prime, very, very sorry for your loss. Yeah, I know it's not the same thing, but I lost my father 28 years ago of a heart attack. I was 17 and he died in my arms, basically. Tried to give him CPR, couldn't do anything. And yeah, it wasn't a cool scene, I'll just leave it at that, but it was really, really rubbish. So my heart goes out to you, my friend. All I can say is I know people say this stupid stuff, but I mean, as it turns out, it's not stupid. It never gets easier, but it gets less rougher. I'm not going to say it gets easier in time because it's really, I will swear, it is really shit. And I miss my dad every single day, and yeah, I still cry about him now, dude. So yeah, I can't really offer you any other than that, pal. But my heart goes out to you. Obviously, all I would say is someone who suffers from stress and anxiety. I suffer those conditions because I didn't speak to people about it. So I would encourage you just to speak to as many people as possible. Don't feel as if you're bothering anyone. Um, friends and family will speak to you if they've got anything about it, dude. So yeah, my heart goes out to you. Just stick in there because it does get slightly less rubbish. But yeah, I'm not going to read the first one for obvious reasons. Cody's coming to TNA. I probably not. Roman Reigns is coming to UFC. I'd be up for seeing Roman Reigns in the UFC, to be fair. Jey Uso. Hi, Jey Uso. How you doing? Are you getting ready for Bronson and Braun, or what are we doing, lad? Do you have Undertaker? Not that I know of. Yeah. So after that, basically, so there was the Darby Allin League, and then there was I've completely lost my notes here. Oh, earlier in the night, like I said, I kind of watch a weird like stream of this basically. Um, MJF had like a promo segment with Shelton Benjamin, and Benjamin comes out. Do you like WWE? Yeah, I like WWE, but I'm going to see WWE in Leeds. On August the 27th, so 4 weeks yesterday, I think. Yeah, dude, I've been watching WWE since 1989. I've been watching pro wrestling since 87. I will watch any wrestling. Um, yeah. I mean, do you like WWE and AEW? Yeah, yeah. I'm not one of these. I'm not a tribalist. Look, I went through who whatever guys like and whatever. If someone hates AEW and likes WWE, or likes WWE and hates AEW and TNA and whatever else, that's anyone else's business. That's fine. I'm not one of these that says, "Oh, you should think this, you should think that." Look, it's none of my business. Like you like. My thing is, I love if any pro wrestling. I've just been to British uh, Revolution Pro. I will watch any wrestling that's put in front of me, basically. And we went through this stage where when WCW went out of business, there will probably be some WWE fans who were very offended by this, but I'm going to say it anyway. For a period of at least 12 years, the product was garbage. It just was. I mean, you look back on it. There were some really good matches in that time. Don't get me wrong, but in terms of the booking, the action, the childish stuff, like when I don't know. I mean, it was kind of funny, I suppose, but the bit where they were booking Natalia to fart and stuff like that, I'm just like, dude, what are we doing here? If I want to watch Family Guy, I'll watch Family Guy, in South Park or whatever. But it was just really really stupid, preposterous nonsense. Anyway, point is, cut to what 2020, 2019, you and up till now, you've got all the indies, you've got New Japan, you've got Ring of Honor, you've got Progress, you've got Pro Wrestling Noah, WWE, Rev Pro over here in England, CMLL, CMLL, I can never say that word, AEW, and now there's all sorts of places that you can watch wrestling, which that's how it started for me back in the day. And I don't really, if you're tribal and you don't like another organisation, it's fair enough, that's your opinion, but I don't see why you would want less wrestling than more. That's just my thing. I don't know. What's your favourite AW player? Favourite AW. Just bear with me a second. See him? Yeah, he's my favourite. Mr. Strickland. Closely followed by Will Ospreay. I reckon those two are absolutely as tight. When Will gets back, I'd love Swerve and Will just to have. I'd love them to go into like maybe a feud and then tag. I would just keep those two lads together as much as you possibly can do for at least most of the next year when Ospreay gets back, because I love both of them. Together they work really really well. Obviously they're really good mates in life. I'd recommend looking at Swerve Strickland's podcast, which he's not able to do it all the time because he's slightly busy, Swerve, but to say the least. But he had a really good podcast with Will Ospreay about 10 months ago, a year ago, and honestly, I don't think I've ever laughed so much in all my life. They were talking about wrestling in like England and stuff like that. I think they wrestled in Nottingham and maybe Birmingham and stuff like that. So they've known each other literally for like 10, 11 years. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Yeah, so anyway, so Shelton Benjamin basically reiterates that MJF's been thrown out of the Hurt certificate. Hurt certificate, Jesus Christ, sorry, it's really early. The Hurt Syndicate, even. A little bit later, after Hangman beats Mox, MJF meets him again, and he's trying to goad him into this match, and Hangman's like, you either use your contract or you earn it, and you basically intimidate or beat up Mark Briscoe. Yeah. So, I quite like the way that's going. I mean, I'm guessing now the Death Riders will fall into a feud with Darby Allin, maybe, and then they'll basically get Mox away from the world title. I mean, in my opinion, I really love Mox. Obviously, I've watched him for years, even on the Independents. He's such a good wrestler, but the Death Riders needs to die a slow death. I've got to be honest, I'm one of those. I like how it's worked out in the end, but I haven't enjoyed a lot of it. It's great to have the world title back on show, but it was just like, do we really need to be like doing that? I would split them all up. I would have Wheeler Yuta go on a bit of a voyage of discovery. I would just have Claudio Castagnoli just go out on his own and just kicking people's asses, basically. Marina Shafir, I would just, like, she's good enough to go for the women's world title. I would just let her go on her own. Obviously, Neville's got his passport issues. And yeah, am I missing someone? And then Mox has been working his arse off literally for about a year and a half without a break. I would just say to Mox and Renee, right, you guys go off for a month, go and look after your kids, have a good holiday, and then I'd just give Mox 3 months off and I'd bring him back as a face and then just like have him restart himself, basically. Yes, there was the MJF thing. There was a really random promo with Willow Nightingale talking about Tekla. Sorry, I love Tekla. That Spider-Man is sick. Please, in black is sick. Oh, yeah. I'm like a toy collector as well. If you want to check out the rest of the channel, there's Geek Boy Meta does toys, but I'll show it you now if you like. I know a lot of you guys cross over. So that's Spidey. It's like one of the, I don't think it's a Super 7, but it's like a Super 7 size. I really love these ones, basically. I love the small carded ones, but I don't know if you can see, I don't know who it was, Nitu. There you go. That's the actual figure, if you want to have a look. But yeah, I've got all sorts on here. So I've got Death Note, obviously from Death Note, CM Punk, Chun-Li from Street Fighter, Stone Cold. I've got if you like that, I actually have a Venom as well. There you go, because I love Venom. Rose McGowan from Planet Terror, and I've got a few of the Kill Bills as well. But actually, if you want to check that out, mate, on my channel, I've got everything in playlists. So there's Geek Boy Does Wrestling, Geek Boy Does Football, blah, 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 blah. But I've got one called Geek Boy Does Toy Hunts. So, yeah, all my toy stuff is on there because I go to, like, Comic Cons and do toy hunts. And I've got shorts-wise, I do, like, Shorts Friday. So I usually put on 5 or 6 new toys a week that I've seen when I've been going out and stuff. So I've probably got something in the region of about 500 or 600 toys on the channel that I've looked at. So yeah, if you want to check that out, then dude, that's fine. Fernando, what do you think about WWE Unreal? Oh, dude, seriously, because I've been so busy, I've got it to watch, mate. I'm gonna try and see if I've got time to watch it tonight. Basically, as I said at the start of the stream, I've had an insane last 3 or 4 days. So basically, I've just seen Fantastic Four. Before that, Hulk Hogan died, so I had to jump on a live stream. Then I did my live stream review for Fantastic Four because I do like movie reviews as well, which is a podcast on my channel. Then I had to do something urgently at work. Came out of work, went for a drink with one of my mates. Came back after slightly few too many libations. Then had to take my son to a birthday party. Went from that birthday party to a mate's birthday party. Had 3 hours sleep. Went to a wrestling event in Sheffield for 5 hours. Got back at 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Slept for 10 hours, and then I had to go and help my family with weird stuff. Also did the Liverpool Football Club live stream last night for like an hour and a half. Had 3 hours sleep, and now I'm back on here. Anyway, long story short, I haven't been able to see Unreal basically in that time. But dude, I'm gonna try and watch it. Look, I was a bit concerned when they announced they did it because they're gonna look. You've got to remember these guys are kayfabe and they are actors. All wrestlers are actors in one way, shape, or form, and we are all probably being worked. I doubt very much whether anything in Unreal is actually real, and that might sound a bit harsh, but at the end of the day, they've kind of got to protect the business. I would have thought I'd be very surprised if any of it was actually real and they hadn't pre-discussed it before. I could be completely wrong. Obviously, the Cody thing when they went from The Rock to Cody at WrestleMania, maybe that wasn't planned. I am of the opinion it was, and that they knew very well taking the shot off Cody would enrage the WWE universe, and replacing with The Rock, people were going to get obviously annoyed because I think they planned to turn Rock heel, and I think that was the way they planned to turn heel. Just my opinion. Oh yeah, thank you, Nito. Yeah. Is it from 1994? Yeah, so the Spidey things and the Venom things. In fact, I don't know if I'm next to anything else actually. Oh, what I have got. If you're a Transformers fan, I've got this guy too. I've got about 30 of these guys. So I've got Transformers, I've got horror figures, reaction figures, Super 7 figures, but the Marvel ones, I think, are reprints of 1994. I think you are right on that. I don't think they're originals because I remember having those figures in the early 90s. So I believe they are reprints, but I just brought them all because they were so cool, basically. From Kartik, Cody Rhodes, American Nightmare. Yeah, no, Cody's cool. Cody Rhodes is my son's favorite wrestler. So Cody, for some reason, if you're watching my live stream, so I'm sure you're not, please, for the love of God, turn up to WWE in Leeds because I'm going to have a very disappointed little boy. But yeah, no, I'm sure he will, and we're really looking forward to it. By the way, cheap plug, as Mick Foley would say, I'm watching AEW and WWE in the space of 4 days live. So I'm watching AEW at the O2 Arena on the 24th, which is the bank holiday in the UK. And then 3 days later, I'm watching WWE in Leeds. So there'll be shorts and vlogs, and I'm going to try and go live, not during the matches, obviously, because that's kind of illegal. But yeah, I'll do like live reactions from outside the arenas and stuff like that, and beforehand, and just take you around London and Leeds on me live stream. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. G-Man, hi G-Man, how's it going, mate? Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker. Yeah, I'm definitely here for that. It'd be very, very good. Rella, oh yes, we spoke the other day. How you doing? You're all right. Yeah, good morning to you as well. Ahmed King, do I think Brock Lesnar returned? Funnily enough, Ahmed, I did another cheap plug. I did a SummerSlam live preview 2 days ago in amongst all that stuff that I was doing the other day. If you want to check that out, that's on the channel. But to answer your specific question, I'm actually predicting Brock Lesnar comes back night 2 SummerSlam and costs Cody Rhodes the title against John Cena. It's a complete guess. I have no reason to believe that that's actually the case, but basically WWE, if you listen to them the last few weeks, have been mentioning Brock more and more, but it's like really subtle. So they're not like, it's not every hour when they're saying, oh, Brock Lesnar, but they'll just drop everything. They'll drop something, and occasionally like, oh yeah, that championship which was held by Brock Lesnar, and it's like really, really subtle. And it's been going. If you look back now, it's been going on for. They've been mentioning his name for at least 3 or 4 months, especially after the Vince trial and the verdict. So, and obviously Brock's social media presence has got a bit bigger than it has been for the last year for obvious reasons. So yeah, I think Brock comes back this weekend. I think he takes that Cody Rhodes on night one of SummerSlam. Night one of SummerSlam. Sorry, night two of SummerSlam even. So yeah, we'll see. I love John Cena. I respect John Cena a lot after what he's done. He's not my favorite wrestler. I'll be completely honest, Ahmed. It used to. I'm a big fan of Cena's work. He's a lot better worker than people say he is. He's a lot better wrestler. People saying that he can't wrestle. I know people are having a laugh, but it's like, love, don't be stupid. Of course he can wrestle. Is he my favorite wrestler personally? No. My favorite wrestler is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Um, my favorite worker, so best wrestler across the board is Shawn Michaels. If not, it'd be Ric Flair basically. But yeah, no, Cena, fair play to him. He's done really, really well. So yeah, he is a legend, but for me, he's not the best of all time. Um, I'm not doing too bad. How's your morning going? What do you think about the last Raw before SummerSlam? Um, what did I think about the last? Yeah, sorry, Rel. I don't know if you caught what I said, but I've been like super busy with a lot of stuff, so you'll have to forgive me. The last Raw, I did a live stream on it, and it was that the one where Bronson and Braun took out Roman and Jay at the end, or have I imagined that, or am I jumbling? I think that was this week, wasn't it? Oh yeah, no, of course, yeah, Raw this week, yeah. I thought it was okay. Like, I always have a bit of a problem with the Raws before major PLEs, just because I've watched wrestling for so long. A lot of the time, you'll get the hype package for the match that's coming up, and then you'll get like your sort of, I don't want to say B-list wrestlers because that's really rude, but you'll get sort of like guys who aren't going to be on the card as such, or they're very smallly going to be on the card, and the ones who are going to be on the card, like yeah, so Lyra and Bex, where they had the thing with the kendo stick, obviously you can tell they were keeping all the matches for the Saturday. And fair play to WWE, so you don't want anyone getting injured, obviously. But obviously Gunther and CM Punk had that really good promo thing, especially Punk. I thought it was a really good promo, not his best, but so yeah, they didn't touch. Lyra and Bex obviously had the kendo stick spot, but they didn't really touch other than that. The Roman one, obviously, if you look at the way it was, I mean, it was really well done, but you could tell he was quite well protected as well, because obviously Roman is one of your big stars, and he's probably the biggest star in the company other than Cena. You don't want him getting injured before a 2-night SummerSlam, because obviously that's the thing as well. They are trying to sell 2 nights at SummerSlam now. In all the time I've watched wrestling, there's never been a 2-night SummerSlam. I think WWE probably spreading themselves a little bit thin in terms of interest. Look, I'm sure it's probably a sellout both nights, but like obviously WrestleMania you can do 2 nights because it's a whole cultural event. I'm not sure if SummerSlam has the same level of interest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm going to watch both nights because, like I said, I'm obsessed with wrestling. Basically, Rella, I would watch wrestling if I was allowed by Mrs. Meta, work, family, and this, that, and the other. I would sit there and watch wrestling for between 12 and 10 hours a day, if I was allowed. But sadly, I don't have that sort of time, unfortunately. My name is Ahmed Mohammed Darwish from Egypt. Hi Ahmed. Yeah, my name's Leon. Uh, yeah, surprise, surprise. My mom and dad didn't actually birth me Geek Boy Meta because that would be really weird, obviously. Yeah, no, my name's Leon from Leeds in England. My prediction is John Cena will win. I agree, Ahmed. Yeah. I think Cody will lose. Like I said, I reckon. If it's not Brock Lesnar, I still think Cena will go over, and I reckon he'll just give Cody like a belt shot or whatever. The other option I did think was maybe Randy Orton is working everyone, and that Orton's going to RKO Cody, because he did look super pissed the other day at Night of Champions when Cody beat him. And I know Randy's got the thing with Jelly Roll, but it doesn't mean that he can't turn heel on the same program. I mean, Triple H did that many years ago with Shawn Michaels. So yeah. Man, King Knife Blade will be Cena. Oh yeah, I was going to say I'll let I will let you guys argue that in the channel. I'm not getting involved in that. Yes, I'll just finish AEW quickly. So, yeah, Willow had a bit of a random promo when she was just like, I like Willow Nightingale, but like, I don't know if it was just me watching it last night. Was I the only one that thought that Willow looked as if she'd basically spent half the night in the pub? Like, I don't mean that rude, but it was. I'm sure it's like on purpose, but she was just coming out with really random things on the promo. It was really odd, actually. I'll let you guys watch it because I can't quite remember, but it was really strange. But yeah, she's challenging Tekla on Collision, which is tonight or later on in the States. If you guys haven't seen Tekla, can I please encourage you to watch Tekla? I don't think I've been this excited about her. Sort of, I know she's not new, but because obviously she's been working in Europe for years. But honestly, I cannot stress how good this girl is. She's absolutely, sorry, this woman is. Excuse me. She's absolutely brilliant. She's already one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers in the world at the minute. Just her move set, her cadence, the way that she moves in the ring. She's probably like a spider. I love her moves, the submissions that she does. Yeah, no, honestly, she's absolute money. I would put the women's belt on Tekla in AEW right now if I was Tony Khan. I would actually take it off. I would take Mercedes belts and I'd take Tony Storm's belts. That's how much I like it. I know you can't do that, obviously, but honestly, give Tekla a watch if you can do. She's superb. Mark Briscoe cut a promo on MJF. MJF was like pretending that he was outside the ring because he was in the Titantron, and then it turns out he was actually in the ring behind Briscoe, attacks him. Hangman comes out, basically saves Briscoe. MJF runs off like a scolded dog, as JR would say. Before that, actually, I was going to say, Briscoe had a decent match with Ricochet. I wasn't, knowing how good those two are as workers, I wasn't super high on it, if I'm being completely honest. I think if they had the time again, they could probably do a much better match than that. It's probably being a bit critical, but obviously I really like Ricochet. He's what everyone says, he's not a spot artist. He's a very good, very good technical wrestler, and I do enjoy watching him. Do like Briscoe as well. So I think they could have done a lot better with that, if I'm being completely honest. And the other thing that happened, sorry, this is kind of out of sequence, but Athena and Billy Starks were wrestling Tony Storm and Alex Windsor. And long story short, again, I enjoyed the match. It was what it was. I like all 4 ladies. They're very good. I don't know as much about Billy Starks, but Athena ended up getting the pin on Tony Storm. So she's actually beaten the world champion. So I'm assuming, again, it's going to be Tony Storm versus Athena at Forbidden Door. But then again, Athena has got a contract. So, yeah. So I've just been put off by some news about Alexander Isak. I know all you guys are wrestling fans, so you won't be interested in that. But yeah, as a Liverpool fan, that was a bit weird. Yeah, so the tag match was all right. It was what it was. But yeah. Yeah, so in total, I thought Dynamite was a good episode, but I'd probably say it's not been as good as it has been recently, but it's been really good for most of the last 3 or 4 months, so I'm not having a go at it at all. It was a fine episode, just not as good as it has been recently. Right, I'm just looking back through the comments. John Cena is very handsome. Yeah, Mrs. Meta would probably agree with you. Jelly Roll, just a singer. Yeah, I do. Honestly, don't get me started on the Jelly Roll thing. I for the life of me, I do not understand why we're doing this for. It seems like a huge waste, to be honest. I have nothing against Jelly Roll. He seems like a very nice man, And if he was, there's ways and means you can do stuff like this. So if it was Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns, versus Randy Orton and, let's say, LA Knight, for example. Yeah. If it was that and you had Jelly Roll in, say, one corner, and I'm trying to think of another person to go in Drew and Logan's. I keep wanting to say Taylor Swift. Actually, yeah, tell you what, we'll go with that. If you had Jelly Roll in one corner supporting LA Knight and Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, and let's say Taylor Swift, for some bizarre reason, was the heel manager of Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, that I would have no problem with. So I'm sorry, I have a cell. No problem, Ahmed, no problem. That I could completely understand, but I don't. Why are we, when there's people like LA Knight and Nia Jax and I don't know, Fraxium and people like that? Actually, Fraxium might be on, but why are we leaving pro wrestlers off the card when to put Jelly Roll on? I seriously, I mean, I'd never heard of the bloke, to be honest. I don't know if there's any Americans in the chat, but seriously, I don't wish to be rude, but I'd never heard of him until he was in WWE about a year ago, and I don't get why we're doing what we're doing, but it is what it is. I don't know. Willow was on something. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it was just me, but it was. I quite like Willow's promos, actually. I like the fact that she's quite positive in this, that, and the other, because you need a bit of that sometimes. But like last night, she was. I can't remember some of the lines. Like she was just like, "I'm going to pull off the spider's legs one by one," and you could see even the interviewer was like, "Okay, that's lovely." And then she just sort of saunters off. I don't know. It was just really, really weird. Sami Zayn will be win again. Yeah, hopefully. I actually think Cross might go over on him, Ahmed, to be honest. Yeah, I love Ricochet too. Was a little disappointed with how it turned out. I was expecting it. Yeah, I know, Rella. This is what I mean. I think with them being such good works, obviously Briscoe's obviously been working for 20 odd years, and so has Ricochet. And it was, yeah, I mean, I like when Brody King came out because I'm quite high on Brody. I think he's really good. And Bandido. I don't know what this thing with the Gates of Agony is because I haven't really seen a lot of Ricochet recently, but I was not hugely disappointed, but mildly disappointed. I definitely agree. Yes, hi, Ahmed again. If you could take one male star and one female superstar from WWE to bring AEW, who would it be? Randomly, I think Kevin Owens fits very well in AEW if he comes in. Obviously, he's got his history of the box, and he knows loads of lads on the show. And I actually think stylistically, KO would be very, very good in AEW. Not that I particularly want him to leave WWE, I just think he'd be quite good for that sort of wrestling stuff. In terms of females, I'd probably just go with someone who is not being used very well, in my opinion. You know what? Randomly, I wouldn't mind seeing Natalia in AEW. So I don't know if you've seen Natalia's thing that she's doing on the Indies. I forget what she's still called Natalia, but she's I think she's got like this gimmick where she's undisputed or something like that, and she wears a gum shield and she looks like a proper fighter and stuff. I would actually see Natalia going over there. I think the WWE women's roster, with the greatest respect, is probably slightly better than the AEW one at the minute. Not by much, obviously, because Tekla's just come in. Really enjoyed Penelope Ford. Really enjoyed the new group. I forgot her name. Julia Hart. I think Julia Hart is really, really good wrestler, and I would like to see her given a bit of a put. I do have a bit of a problem with AEW at times not using the women's roster in the correct manner. I would like to see far more women's matches. I know they do it on Collision and stuff, but if you think of the talent they've got, obviously you've got Thunder Rosa. There's all the stuff with DMD, obviously, but you've got Thunder Rosa, you've got Tony Storm. Alex Windsor is really, really good. She's awesome. You've got Fina, Why Athena is on Ring of Honor and not on the main roster, I have absolutely no earthly idea. Obviously, you have Mercedes Moné. You've got Billy Starks does look really, really good. And oh my God, what's her name? The girl from Chicago. She's just come back recently. She had an injury. She's in the new group with Tech. I can't remember her name, but basically Statlander as well. Megan Bain looks a bit raw, but I mean she looks like she's got a lot of talent as well. So there's a lot. That women's battle royal at AEW All In was super. I mean some of the performances by the ladies in there were absolutely bloody brilliant. So I would like them featured a lot more than they are. I understand there's TV time restrictions, but it's like, guys, come on, it's like 2025 here. What are we doing? I don't know. Solo Sikoa will still be WWE US champion. Yeah, no, I agree, Ahmed. I think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Solo keeps the belt, to be honest, and then they move Jacob Fatu somewhere else, and they put him into another feud. I don't know. Randomly, I'd quite like to see him in LA Knight, to be honest, with LA Knight as a heel. Because I think LA Knight is not being used correctly either, and he's actually been kept off the card. At the minute, I don't know if he's going to be added on Friday, but the fact that LA Knight, after all that hard work, is not on that card is ridiculous, to be honest. I do edit gods. Yes, I remember you from the other day. How are you doing? AJ Styles will be new champion. I reckon Dominic Mysterio might go over Ahmed, to be honest. I'm not sure why, but I just. So you know how the show before the pay-per-view, you have the champion losing to the challenger in like a tag or something like that, Matt, and they're literally like, oh, he's just beaten the champion before blah blah blah. You can pretty much guarantee that means that they're going to lose. So I might be completely wrong about that, but I just reckon Dom goes over. Rella, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing with Kevin Owens from the men's roster, and for the women's roster, I'd love to see Rhea Ripley at AEW turn the red. I'm sure AEW Rella would love to see Rhea Ripley. I think Tony Khan would have to write one of the biggest checks in his entire life. That is the only way that Rhea would jump ship to AEW. I mean, the offer they would have to make. Obviously, I know the Khans are absolutely have more money than God, basically, but the offer they would have to make Rhea Ripley would have to be one of the biggest offers in pro wrestling history to get her to jump at this point. Maybe somewhere down the line that happens. I can't see it for a number of years because obviously Rhea is one of the stars of the company, but it'd be interesting anyway. And definitely Kevin Owens. Yeah. I would like to see KO in AEW at some point. But yeah, like I said, Eddie, yeah, I remember you from the other day. Yeah. Yeah, we spoke on the live stream, didn't we? Jay Cargill will win the women's championship. Yeah, I think Cargill. To be honest, Ahmed, I was actually thinking that Stratton would go over. I think I might put that in my SummerSlam preview, but the more and more I think about it, I think Cargill maybe goes over, and I think Stratton turns heel. I don't mean this rudely, but in terms of her personality, I mean, in real life, when she interviews, she seems like a very nice lady, perfectly acceptable. But the way she comes across in the ring is very, very heelish. There's not a great deal to like about her. I don't mean that rudely, but it's just the way that she's being booked. She just comes across as a heel to me. So I would turn Stratton heel, and I prefer a heel work to a face work anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. What are we thinking about the Sami Zayn matchup? What are we thinking about Sami Zayn matchup? I think Karrion Kross goes over Ella. To be honest, the only reason I say is because I think I've got this right. Night of Champions, Zayn went over on Cross, I think, didn't they? And if they are going to do something with Cross, which I suspect Sami Zayn probably requested in real life to work with Cross, to try and put him over, they are going to have to pull the trigger on Cross at some point if they're going to keep him over. I mean, I know he's quite over at the minute on social media and stuff, but like at some point they're going to have to do something with him. Otherwise, it's going to end up with the Fandango thing where everyone loved the guy for his song after WrestleMania many years ago, and then WWE did nothing with him, and he just died out. A bit of a random example, but obviously I'm sure you could think of better examples. But if they're going to do something with Carrion, then they need to pull the trigger now. Oh, hi, Scepter. Yeah, no, I've got it on me. I've got it on my list, mate. Basically, I've got I know it sounds really random, but I've got a list of loads of stuff I need to do. I've seen it on me notifications, so it's definitely in. I've got to finish this live stream. I've got to do editing on a couple of videos today. And then I've got to go. I'm going out today to do some more toy hunts and do toy shorts and stuff with my son. And then I need to get back and do something or other. You are about 5th or 6th on the list, mate. I promise. I'm not just saying this. I will look at it for you. But if you can just bear with us, because basically as soon as I've done this, I'm taking my son to go and see Fantastic Four. In fact, it's on in like about an hour and a half, so I need to head off in a minute. But yeah, honestly, September, you were on the list, and I definitely will watch it for you. Promise. I'm saying it in front of the entire world on live stream, not just messing about. But yeah, I will watch it, and I'll send you a comment. If you can, I should be able to watch it today. If not, it'll be tomorrow. So just bear with us, mate. Yes, I prefer Stratton as a heel. Yeah, no, I do Ella as well, because it's just like I said, she interviews fine in real life, Tiffany Stratton. She seems like a very nice young lady, perfectly polite. Not sure about her political views, but that's another thing entirely. Not touching that. Yeah, but she seems very nice and polite and courteous. But just in the ring, I don't know. She just the way she carries herself, and but can I just say as well, this has nothing to do with the woman's appearance of any description whatsoever. I'm talking about her character and the way that she comports herself. And the way that she kind of sounds, even as a face, like she's speaking down to people, whereas she hasn't earned the right, and they're kind of pushing her as like this unstoppable force. Like Tiffany Stratton's been the best for years and years and years, and it's like, guys, she's been on the main roster for about 15 months. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch are, let's have it right, they have probably the 2 best records in the women's division at the minute, and they are the GOATs. Bayley has accomplished more, and I don't mean that rude towards Bayley. She's accomplished far more than Tiffany Stratton. Rhea Ripley has accomplished more than Tiffany Stratton. So it just kind of, it basically it comes across that WWE are trying to push her as this unstoppable force, and that she's basically let it gone to her head, but she hasn't been booked that way, if you see what I mean. I don't know. I just find her to be very, very heelish. So I would just run with it, and I would turn the girl heel, to be honest. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns win. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Septo. Yeah. If you think this weekend was bad, Septo, in terms of all the stuff I've got, so I'll just run you through what I'm doing from today. So this is all before mid-Tuesday next week. So I am going to see Fantastic Four with my son this afternoon. And then we're coming back. We're having a whole day in Leeds City Centre. So we're going to be back at like 8, 9 o'clock or something daft like that. Tomorrow, I think I don't have to do anything, thank God. But then Saturday night I'm off out with my mates to watch SummerSlam in Leeds, and then I'm doing a live reaction show at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm then getting up at 2 hours after that to say goodbye to my son and my missus, because they're going off on holiday, and then I will be immediately going back to bed. Then I'm watching SummerSlam until 4 o'clock in the morning again. I'll be doing a live reaction show until 5:30. Then my alarm goes off at 8 because I'm travelling to Liverpool, where I'm going to spend the whole day at Anfield. And if you don't know where Anfield is, it is the home of Liverpool Football Club. There we go. Yeah. And then yeah, I'll be staying overnight in Liverpool. And then I'll be coming back via Manchester, where I'm going to do some live streaming there. I'm going to go to a place called Affleck's Palace, do some filming in and around there. I'm going to an anime shop, and a new geek shop in Manchester before returning home at about 7 o'clock at night. So basically, that is the next 4 days of my life, basically. So yeah, it's going to be. I'm going to be very, very tired by Tuesday night. Also, I'll be doing my, because I'm in Liverpool watching a football match. I will not be able to watch Monday Night Raw until basically it's been uploaded. So I will be doing a live reaction of Monday Night Raw, but not at 3:30 in the morning. I will be doing it at 10 o'clock in the morning in Liverpool, live, basically, after I have watched it, after I've been back to the match. So I'll be doing that as well. And then I've got a live reaction that I'm doing after I get back home from Liverpool as well. So yeah, utter and complete chaos, but yeah. Please read the chat. He caused an accident. Sorry to say that. Please read the chat. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what that means, but I'll check. I'll check when I get off the chat. Speaking of which, folks, I need to head off in a second. Do I watch WWE and football? Yeah, I do. Yeah, no, I'm a Liverpool fan, basically. Yeah, no, basically, yeah, so basically, if you check out my channel, which you might have done, I don't know, but basically, there's loads of different interests I've got. So what I do is I've got sections on my playlist called Geek Boy Does. So I've got Geek Boy Does Horror, Geek Boy Does Football, Geek Boy Does Liverpool FC, Geek Boy Does Toy Hunts, Geek Boy Does Comics, and Geek Boy Does Wrestling. And then I do like 2 or 3 different podcasts as well for like movies and Liverpool and this, that, and the other. So, yeah, hence the name Geek Boy Metal, because I'm just like, when I wanted to do my YouTube stuff, I didn't want to limit it to just kind of one thing, because I'm one of these weird people. I'm just interested in loads and loads. Honestly, I drive my missus up the wall, to be honest. I mean, if you look at my room, just bear me a second. I don't know if you guys can see all of this. So that's my new display of Godzilla versus Alien. These are all my toys. Those are my Scott Pilgrims. Those are all my movie shirts. That's some wrestling stuff with DC. I've got Star Wars over there. I've got movie posters. All my comic books are over there. Those are comic books I haven't read yet. That's Macho Man. Oh, yeah. That's Spidey, Doctor Strange. And then all my Liverpool stuff is over here, basically. That's for a shirt that I made for Diogo when he passed away as well. And basically that, if you see there, I don't know if you guys can see it, you see all those bits and pieces over there, the stationery, that's basically my little base. Where I do all my Geek Boy Meta stuff. So it's not honestly, it's not a costly operation. Basically, I do all this basically with the most basic equipment that you can possibly imagine. And yeah, I like doing it. So yeah, whatever. Let's have a look. Rella, I'm late with the news. My condolences to the Liverpool player that recently passed. Yeah, no, Rella, I'm actually going to Anfield, as I say, this, when am I going? On Monday. I haven't been since Diogo Jota passed away, and he was one of my favourite footballers. And I'll be completely honest, it's devastated me, and I'm still not over it. So I'm going to go to the ground. That shirt that you've just seen, I've got another one where I've written something. I'm going to drop it off the ground with some flowers and just have a private moment. Again, like I said on my Liverpool streams, I'm not filming that. That's just a thing because I need to say goodbye to him. Yeah, no, it was rough. It was rough, but yeah, it is what it is. Just all the love and respect to his family, basically. Vince McMahon, it's good. Yeah, do your thinking. Hope you and your boy have a fantastic day. You'll definitely enjoy Fantastic Four. Yeah, no, Rel, I've actually watched it. I've seen Fantastic Four already, but my lad hasn't, because the time when my family went to go and see it, it was like we were watching it something like 9:30, and my little boy's like 10 years old, and 11, and it would have been like, by the time we basically got back in Leeds, it would have been like 12:30 at night. So I just said, look, I'll take him out for a school holiday. So We're going out today. We're going to watch Fantastic Four. I'm going to get him a sneaky McDonald's as a treat. Don't tell him. And then I will probably end up having to fork out for one of his favourite figures, which is called a Fuggler. I don't know if any of you are aware of Fugglers, but we have approximately 300 in our house. We might as well be the Fugglers tenants, quite honestly. Yes, thanks, Rella. Yeah, no, it should be a good day. Your room is beautiful. Oh, thank you. Cheers, Ahmed. Do I have a John Cena toy? Do you know what, Ahmed? I would say yes. However, in terms of showing you, I wouldn't have the slightest clue where it is, because I'll show you again. So, you see where these canvas posters are? Basically, behind all that, there are a boatload of other toys, because I used to be like an eBay trader person. I still do eBay now, but not as much, because I'm trying to build up my collection now. But yeah, behind that, there are a load of other toy boxes, and there's a load of Transformers in there, and I think WWE figures in there. I wouldn't have a clue, to be honest, where everything is in this room at present. But I think I have a John Cena toy somewhere, but I couldn't tell you where it is, Ahmed, to be honest. It would take me like a million years to find it. In fact, I'll tell you what. Right, this is a bit random. Just wait here 1 second. Talk amongst yourself in the chat. Uh, oh, no, I've moved it. No, sorry, Ahmed. Can't show you today, mate. Oops, Daisy. Just killed my room. Yeah. No, sorry, Ahmed, I can't see it at the minute. I'll try and find it for you, but I haven't got a boxed figure. I've got individual. No, it's not that I don't care, mate. It's just I literally, basically, it's somewhere in this room, and it would take me literally hours. So I don't know where it is, to be honest. Oh, thanks, Scepter. Yeah, cool. Right, folks, I need to bounce. Thank you, everyone, for watching this live feed. It's awesome. Oh, hi, Alan. Why do I not care? I don't care about my fans. I really do. Sorry, I don't know where that's come from. Yeah, no, basically, yeah. Sorry, folks, that's really put me off to it. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I'll be bouncing, folks, because I need to take my lad to this Fantastic Four film. In fact, to be honest, yeah, Alan, as I say, I've said this before, I don't tolerate abuse on the channel, so I'm going to mute you. You can possibly come back when you speak with more decorum and manners. Please, no abuse on this channel. I know a lot of people like doing that on social media. I'm not remotely interested. I will block you if you start being rude. Simple as that. Yeah, folks. Sorry to end it on that note. I'm not entirely sure what that was about. I don't know why I got told that I don't care about my fans. I was actually going to say the complete opposite. Thank you to everyone that's helped me get to 1,000 subscribers. And I don't know why Alan's just said that, to be honest. I am extremely grateful for everyone who's spent the time with me today, and I'm exceedingly grateful for everyone that's subbed. I know this isn't the most professional looking organisation in the world, but genuinely, I didn't think I'd ever get to this level of subscribers, and I am genuinely grateful. And the reason I'm grateful is this: I've had a very, very difficult year, family-wise and health-wise. I've said this in a few of my videos recently, and I'm going to make an announcement video at some point in the next 5 or 6 weeks, but I've been struggling with my health. Yeah, so Nala, like I said, I don't do abuse. Please get off my channel. Yeah, you love Mohamed Salah, originally played for. Oh, did he? I don't know. Obviously, yeah, I know. Mo obviously started in Egypt. Ahmed. Yeah, no. Obviously, I know more about his European career. I know, obviously, he had to do I've read interviews with Mo saying that he had to, what was it, go 20, he had to travel like 25 miles for every single training session or something like that. Uh, yeah, I can, Bev. Yeah, folks, to be honest, I'm really not sure why this is ending the way it's ending, to be honest. Yeah, no, not cool. That was, it was really, really good for like the first 55 minutes, and I appear to have said something along the lines of I'm going to take my son to a cinema, and now I'm getting loads of abuse for it. I don't really understand what that is all about. Yeah, that last comment, I mean, it's not criticism. You telling me I don't care when I've said nothing of the sort. Yeah, I don't know, folks. To be honest, I've noticed since the channel's been growing that I'm getting um, yeah, Puppet Master. I don't really understand what any of you are talking about. To be honest, I haven't said that I don't respect the fans. So uh, yeah, folks. To be completely honest, I'm gonna head off. This isn't really that cool, to be honest. So, yeah, folks, sorry that this has ended the way that this has ended. I have no idea who those 5 or 6 people. I don't know if they're bots or something like that. I'm noticing I'm getting quite a few of these things recently. Look, it's water off ducks back for me. I will, like I said, that those 3 or 4 people I have just blocked, and I will be reporting the vast majority of them, because at no time have I said that I don't respect my fans. I've literally just talked to you guys about wrestling for well over an hour. um yeah, I don't really understand what that's about. So yeah, apologies about that. Look, um basically, long story short, on this channel, I don't tolerate abuse. So I'll address what that person has just said. There isn't abuse. It's like, yeah, the well, abuse counts as making false claims, and the false claim is that you've just said I don't care about my fans, which I do. So I was literally just telling the story. In the only reason I'm actually happy at the minute is my fans have actually kept me going during multiple health issues, which I will discuss. Uh, yeah. Okay, there goes Beth. Yeah, no, folks. Basically, I was just going to say that. Look, I'm not calling people fans. At the end of the day, I'm a YouTuber that's got 1,000 people. It's not like I'm Logan Paul or anything. But this has actually kept me going health wise. So to all those people who have basically just abused me, I've been struggling with multiple health issues. And yeah, um, not terminal or anything like that, but basically also not cool, as in possible heart related. Um, yeah. So yeah, there we go. And no one's gonna feel sorry for you, Big Paul. See you later. Attention seeker. Oh yeah, attention seeker. Right, some fellow that's just got on a random wrestling stream. Yeah, I would probably politely suggest that you're the attention seeker, lad. Yeah, so actually, I tell you what, people that want to have a go, you're more than welcome to come back on the next stream I do. In fact, the next stream I'll be doing will be Saturday night. So if you want to come and abuse me, you're more than welcome to waste your time, and you will just get blocked. Simple as that. And everyone that's abused me this morning will be getting reported. Because basically you have, like, for no reason come onto this stream. I would politely suggest one of two of you need to go and see a doctor, to be honest. Yes. Anyway, right, folks. Look, I'm going to get off because that isn't really on, to be honest. Hi, WWE nerd. Sorry, I'm having to stop the stream due to abuse, unfortunately. No, it's all right. No problem, Armin. No problem. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I like I said, these people are idiots, and they will just get blocked. It's as simple as that. And I will be reporting the majority of them to YouTube. I don't know Um, why one or two of these people are on my channel, to be honest. I've noticed I've had it recently. I don't know if there's anything on my channel that's you can ask a quick question, Septo. Yeah. Yeah, just to anyway, folks, let's get this back on track. Right, just to say basically, so yeah, the next few days I'll be watching SummerSlam. Okay, you do that, Sunshine. Right, so if anyone can help me, like I said, I'll go back on this later. But if Big Paul is listening, you'll target nothing, sweetheart. What is my health problem? I like I said, September, I can't really say at the minute. Like I said, it's not fatal fate or anything like that. Don't worry, it's it. Whoever that person was who just called me an attention seeker. A weight joke. Oh, an attention seeker as well. Excellent, nice one, son. Nice one, absolutely brilliant. When did you stand up? Yeah, folks, look, yeah, this is not really cool, to be honest. So I'm gonna get off. Like I said, I'll be next time I'll be doing SummerSlam live reactions for Saturday and Sunday, and then I'll also be coming live from Anfield as well. Like I said, many apologies to everyone the last 7 or 8 minutes. I have no idea what any of that was about, but yes, I will be reporting every single person, especially Paul and the attention-seeking comment and the weight comment, whatever. Yeah, I am fat. There you go, big boy. Couldn't care less. Not a problem. Don't be disheartened. People are idiots on the internet. The issues they must have. But oh, thank you, Rob Servant. Yeah, no, it's fine, mate. Don't worry about it. It's like, look, I'm from the '90s, so they're probably not expecting me to clap back at them, but like, you ain't speaking to me like that, Sunshine. Simple as that. I couldn't care less from YouTube or not. You will get it back. Simple as that. I'm not going to be overly rude to people, but I'm. Could I remove my shirt? No, Tony, I'm not removing my shirt. Believe me, mate, you do not want to see that. Yeah. Think Peter Griffin. And that's being rude to Peter Griffin. Do I play WWE 25K? No, to be honest, mate, I haven't played video games since Street Fighter 2. I've played periodically with my son, but other than that, not really. Yeah, no problem, Septo. You have a good day as well. Right, Puppet Master. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna head off, folks. So that gentleman, whoever it is, so I've literally just had to report him for abuse. So yeah, it's very unfortunate, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take that action. But yeah, anyway, folks, right, I'm gonna head off because in all seriousness, I have better things to do than to deal with people like Puppet Master and weirdos and stuff. So genuinely though, thanks for everyone that's actually watched, who's actually contributed. Very sorry that you've had to listen to idiots like that, but like I said, just ignore them. They're not worth the time of day at the end of the day. Right, folks, I'll be back on SummerSlam. Oh, hi, Johnny. You're all right. I'm heading off, mate. Yeah, you can probably see from the chat. Yeah, I'll be back on, when am I going to be back? Saturday night for SummerSlam. And I'll be back with a live reaction with Liverpool as well. Just check out the channel. It's all the listings, basically. Yeah, cool. Nice one. Thanks everyone for watching, and sorry about the idiots. Just ignore them. Get on with your days, because they're idiots, basically. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.